Hi guys, so today we have the most important topic that we will cover on this channel, and that is why we are even here, and therefore also the topic of the difference between body type, essence, and style. So I've been meaning to make this video for a while because it is extremely important. I've been putting it off to really sort of flesh out my thoughts on this and share them with you guys. So let's start out talking about personality. And the reason why I'm talking about personality is because to me, this is what I want to express through my style. So your personality could be all kinds of things. It could be elegant and fun. It could be edgy and fun, edgy and interesting, introverted with an edge, elegant and sophisticated, minimal, whatever, right? Dreamy, your personality, right? Whatever it is that you feel that you are or that represents you. So in that way, you are going to behave a certain way, you're going to talk a certain way, and through your actions, through your words, your personality is going to show through. So that's sort of step 0, right? It's not even step 1. It's really thinking about what you want to express through your style. Now, you could want to express something different from your personality through your style. Personally, I think that's completely fine. I think you should be able to express whatever it is that you want to express through your style, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you guys what I know about how you can express all kinds of different vibes, all kinds of different looks within your own colors, within your own lines, and how to really use the tools that I'm sharing with you guys to your advantage to create the looks that you want. But for me specifically, and I know for a lot of you guys, my goal is to really express who I am through my style, so that when people get to know me more, it makes sense to them who I am. It makes sense to them the way that I behave, the way that I talk, the way that I reason through things, and this is sort of my desire, right? And it actually takes a lot of skill to do this through style, just like it takes a lot of skill to do this through art. If you have some image in your head of what you want to paint, but you don't know how to use the tools, you don't know how to use your paint, and you don't even know which tools you have to use, you're going to have a very difficult time coming up with the look that you want to achieve. And for more information on this, you guys should definitely watch my video titled Kibbe and Personality. So I will leave a link to that video down below where I show some examples of what happens when we try to use another body type's lines to create a certain look. So that doesn't always tend to work. So there's a certain level of skill that's sort of required for us to even be able to express ourselves through style. And it's the same way with art, it's the same way with music, and that's what I hope to share with you guys, these skills that I hope to share with you guys on this channel. So now, back to personality, right? So personality is sort of, it's who you are, etc. And then we have the body type. So my opinion on body type is very strict, and it is that it's only the lines that make up your body, and it's not anything more, and it's also not anything less. So the lines of the body are sort of like the tools that we're using to really, paint the painting, express ourselves through style, create the style, something like that, right? So that is the tool that we're using, is the lines of our body. And at the same time, we need to have the skills to use those tools to really express ourselves. So that's one thing, that's the body type, they are the lines of the body. Now we have the style. So the style is going to be elegant or edgy or chic or fun or any combination of those things. And I have a video on how you can find your style. If you don't know what your style is yet, or you feel like one day you're boho and the next day you are elegant and vintage, then that video is definitely for you. So you can sort of integrate your styles together. So I'll link that down below. But the point is that you can create all kinds of different styles from the lines of your body using your tools, right? So this is what style is. So fun, for example, fun can be a style, or let's choose elegant, because that's what my video Kibbe and personality is about. It's about looking elegant. So let's stay consistent for an elegant style. Any body type can achieve an elegant style. Soft gamine can be elegant, gamine can be elegant, flamboyant gamine can be elegant. They can all be elegant. Dramatics, soft naturals, and classics can all be elegant. And I am very strict about not linking the body type, which is only a set of lines, with the style. For example, I think it's only a stereotype that gamines are fun and classics are elegant. I don't think that's true at all. I think that the way that we look has nothing to do with who we are on the inside. Just because I'm a gamine, that doesn't mean that I'm fun. I'm actually not very fun. So that's the point, right? So I don't link those two, and that is really a really big distinction between the way that I do things with my clients and how I do things on my channel versus a lot of other stylists and a lot of information online that sort of will link these two together. This idea of personality and body type, which, if you really think about it, is very crazy. It's very crazy to think that the way that you look on the outside somehow relates to who you are on the inside. That's not, aside from the obvious ethical problems with that hypothesis, it's also just simply not true. It's simply inaccurate. So body type has nothing to do with personality, and body type has very little to do with the style that you want to present in general. So now we start to talk about essence. And essence is where all of the fun is. Essence is the funnest thing. Because essence, in a way, I'm talking about essence broadly. Now, I've made videos on ethereal essence and archetypes and on Genu essence, so I'll leave a link to those down below, but that's not what I'm talking about here. Here I'm talking about essence when it comes to simply how you come off. Some people are elegant, and that is their essence. Some people are more dreamy, so they come off as almost like a very ethereal essence. Some people are more fun, and you can just see that, like, in their facial expressions. You can just see that the way that they will talk to you, they will probably make some jokes and things like that. And again, it's not so much, the essence is not going, this type of essence that I'm talking about is more about personality and how it comes through in your superficial movements and in your superficial facial expressions and your neutral facial expression as well. So these things are all in the way that you move. So this is not the way that you look. So if somebody else with a different personality lived in your body, then they would not have the same facial expressions, they wouldn't have the same movements, and they wouldn't have the same essence. You know, they would sort of, maybe if you're fun, then if someone else lived in your own body, then they might be more elegant or something, who knows, right? So it's really about these superficial movements, the superficial facial expressions, and the way that this person sort of might behave. And that is what makes up the essence. And someone who is a bit more elegant, a bit more sophisticated, they have different facial expressions and they have different body language. And someone who's ethereal has different body language. So this kind of essence is really, really important to think about, because the essence, in a way, relates to, it connects both the body type and the lines and the style and the personality. And that's where the real magic happens. What really happens when you figure out how to communicate your personality through your body type and your lines, through your style, basically, your personality communicated through your style, through your lines, that is going to really show your essence. So that is going to be where the magic happens. And I want to show you guys some examples, two flamboyant gamines actually, with two very different essences, very different styles, and a very different use of how they use their own lines. And the reason why developing your personal style in a way that it's consistent with your personality is so powerful is, first of all, because personally, I see style as a form of expression, and I want for people to sort of see a little bit of a hint of who I am through my style. Of course, they won't be able to see the whole person. That would be crazy. But just a little hint of who I am, I want for people to be able to see through my style. And when we combine all of these things, when we combine the personality type, when we combine the style, when we do it correctly with the body type's lines, so that we actually execute that style correctly, then we get the essence. And this kind of essence is going to really magnify your being, right? It's going to really communicate exactly what it is that you're communicating, because it's going to communicate the truth of you, because it's successfully communicating your personality. Now, there's nothing spiritual about this necessarily. This is the same as painting something that expresses who you are and having the skill to be able to paint that. So that is what happens when we figure out what we want to express, learn the skills that we need to express that, and then actually express it. So yes, so let me show you guys 2 examples. So the first example is Lisa Bonet. You guys might not know this, but I am actually obsessed with Lisa Bonet. I think she is a style icon. And the reason why specifically Lisa is a style icon is because she has really done what I have described here. So let's start with the personality, right? Let's start with the personality. Of course, I don't know Lisa, but when you look at her in interviews, she comes off as very dreamy, very, very laid back, ethereal, dreamy. Really, I would describe her as quite dreamy, right? And she is also a flamboyant gamine. And throughout the years, she has always done this she has used her own lines so intuitively to create an ethereal look. And because her personality is dreamy, she also sort of has a dreamy facial expression very often. So that lends to her ethereal essence as well. So it's pretty interesting the way that facial expressions will stay on your face when you're not even thinking about it. So that really her personality just shows through her neutral facial expressions, through her body language, and through also she's successfully shown it through the way that she dresses as well. So here she has some really, really fluffy big hair, very flamboyant gamine hair, and she has some chunky jewelry, which is also for flamboyant gamines, and she has that added yin as well with the top. So this is a flamboyant gamine look, and she also looks ethereal here. And the next look here, it's really quite simple. This is also potentially some flamboyant gamine elements. So she has the cropped pants, but then she also has a color block, a pretty bulky belt, and she has the pretty soft hair that has some really big shapes as well. So this is again flamboyant gamine, and she also looks a little bit ethereal here too. So she's had this kind of dreamy quality to her entire life, and it's always been mirrored through her style. So I think she is a complete style icon. Of course, when she got a little bit older, it's still the same kind of vibe that she is presenting, and again within her own lines as a flamboyant gamine. So you can see again now she has the dreadlocks, which can be very flamboyant gamine. It can also be natural. She just has these the feathers and just some waist emphasis. So it's just a mixture of opposites in this entire look. It's a very flamboyant gamine look, but she is also incorporating some ethereal elements as well with those softer colors. So she has executed an ethereal look for flamboyant gamine very successfully. And if you identify with this ethereal archetype, if you feel like you might be ethereal or you want to include some ethereal elements into your look and you are a flamboyant gamine, I would highly recommend Lisa Bonet as a style icon. The reason why I feel like it's important to have your style reflect who you are and the way that you behave is that it would be very, very weird if you met Lisa and she looked like this, and then when you got to talking to her, she was actually she was type A, and she wanted to get everything done exactly as it says on the list. That would just be very, very strange, right? Because she comes off as dreamy, right? And then what's the point, right? What's the point of coming off as dreamy and everything like that if that's not actually the personality. And as soon as she would start talking to you, her entire image would just crumble, right? Because you would see, oh, you're just dressed like you're dreamy. You're not actually dreamy, you know? So this is why I personally think it really has, your style has so much more of an effect, and it actually works so much better. And that's where the magic happens, when you really match it so well with your personality and with your mannerisms, with the way that you behave. And at the same time, just as it should sort of like match the way that you naturally are and express who you are in an effortless way, it should sort of help your message instead of detract from it, right? So that's how I sort of see personal style. And as soon as Lisa, and it's very rare to see Lisa not wearing her own style, not wearing her own lines, but you can see here, and this is like, I mean, this still looks pretty good on Lisa, but you can see how she has a little bit less of those flowy elements, which, by the way, flamboyant gamine can also wear some flowy elements as long as it's paired with some shorter lines or anything like that. So I don't want to hear too much talk about how she can wear ethereal elements because she has an ethereal essence. It's also within her own lines to have some lightweight fabrics as a flamboyant gamine if she balances that with either some stiffer lines or somewhere else in the outfit, or some more yang hair, some natural hair, things like that. So that's not, it could be that that's why she's able to pull off some lightweight fabrics, but in all the looks that I've seen of her, it is actually a flamboyant gamine look. But this is more soft gamine. The dress is more soft gamine, and you can see it's not very ethereal here, so you can see how her image just kind of falls apart just a little tiny bit. It's kind of, her image, I wouldn't say it crumbled, but it kind of just, she doesn't have as much energy to her overall presence as she did in the more ethereal flamboyant gamine looks. So a soft gamine would actually look quite ethereal in this outfit and in this dress, but Lisa is a flamboyant gamine, so she looks a little like that dress is just a little bit stiff on her, and it's just the lines are too small on her. And of course, the second flamboyant gamine we all know is, of course, Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn, the reason why she is such a style icon is because she has married, you know, you can see right away that Audrey is elegant. And then when you watch interviews of Audrey, she's very elegant, and it all makes sense. And her style magnifies her message of who she is. And that is what I want for my own style. That's what I want for everyone's style to do for them, if that's what they want for their style to do for them, of course. And I think that's just an amazing effect. And so, of course, they are both flamboyant gamine, but they have achieved a very, very different style. And both of these ladies are style icons because when you look at them, you can see very clearly what their message is of who they are. And then when you look at interviews of them, this is exactly how they behave. This is exactly how they are. So they've expressed themselves perfectly through their style. So both of these ladies are amazing style icons for flamboyant gamines. So that is it, you guys. That's all I have to say about this topic for now, but I'm sure there's going to be a ton more. So leave some comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have any further discussion for future videos or anything like that I should do. Then leave them down below. And I will talk to you next time. Okay, bye.